What's up, guys? I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube, but I wanted to do a quick video, and it kind of relates to this Sunday at Wrestlemania, specifically dealing with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Now, this just goes to show you how out of touch Vince is and how contradicting of himself that he is. He goes on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast a few months back and says, "Oh, the locker room is full of nothing but millennials. They have no respect and yada yada yada, and they think they're entitled to everything and they haven't earned it." Then the first guy that he pushes, or the guy that they've been programming for this role, has been Roman Reigns, who's the epitome of a millennial. And the reason why I say that is because millennials, if you look up millennial on Wikipedia, it says any kid born within the late 90s or late 80s through the 2000s. I disagree. I was born in 1985. And millennials, when I think of millennials, I think of these kids who are born after the year 2000 or even like 98, 99, who have this sense of entitlement about them. They think that they can just get whatever they want. They have no they don't care about how the real world works. It's sad, trust me. They think they're entitled to everything. They don't have to earn it. That the whole world's a rainbow and it's just going to fall in their lap. Which leads me to Roman Reigns and that Rolling Stone interview he did, where he's pretty much, telling the fans, hey, you may not like me, but give my character a chance to cheer me anyway. And, you guys need to just shut up and go with the flow, and I'm entitled to this. I busted my ass, and I fought with injuries, yada, yada, yada. But what kills me is Roman Reigns did virtually no time on the indies to the best of my knowledge. I could be wrong, but he did not run indie shows. You didn't hear about Roman Reigns running indie shows. You didn't hear about Roman Reigns driving 500 miles for a hot dog and a handshake. You didn't hear about Roman Reigns, in Ring of Honor on any of the indies here, like in, North Carolina, Virginia, even up in the Northeast. You didn't hear about that. Nobody heard of Roman Reigns until FCW and NXT came along. And I've wrestled with injuries, I've wrestled hurt, blah, blah, blah. Name me one guy on the roster right now that isn't wrestling sore or hurt. I don't like John Cena. I'm not a huge John Cena fan, but I respect him in the fact that he worked in, Rick Bassman's promotion. He worked in the indies. He came up the way that you should come up. You work on the indies, you get to developmental, and then you get to the main roster. He's the epitome of a guy that Vince McMahon was saying what's wrong with the locker room. But yet we're going to push him to the moon. You got people down there like Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose, Hell, I'll even go Luke Harper, who wrestled, busted their ass. They don't, they drove that 500 miles for a hot dog and a handshake and never really had anything really handed to them. And this guy, just because he's about, 6'8", long hair, and comes from the Isle of Samoa, he won't even from Samoa. He's from San Francisco originally, I'm guessing, or Florida, wherever, but his last name is, he's related to that whole Anoa'i family, the whole Samoan family, so naturally he's entitled to this. No, you're not. You're not. Even The Rock. Okay, yeah, The Rock kind of had the same upbringing. The Rock trained, really didn't do much indies, but then got thrust into WWE, and now, he is where he is today. But The Rock got booed. The Rock sucked. The Rock got a shitty gimmick. The Rock had a shitty name. Not a shitty name, but, they don't call him Rocky Maivia anymore, is my point. The Rock had the balls to sit there and say, okay, the crowd hates me. I'm going to do something to make them boo me. I'm going to listen to what the fans are saying. I'm going to put my ear to the ground. Okay, they hate my gimmick. So let me throw my gimmick back in their faces. Roman Reigns isn't doing that, and I know they don't have the creative and they can't do that because they'll get fired, blah, 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 but to go into a Rolling Stone interview, and you have to wonder how much of this interview was coached. Because whenever somebody does an interview from WWE, they got somebody from their PR sitting behind them and talking and probably whispering in their ear pretty much. We saw that back when Mickie James was asked about what she did in her youth, and WWE came in and stopped it. So, kind of got to wonder how much of that is. But anyway, he just goes into these interviews not humbled at all. And it's like, dude, you've been there almost a year, a little over a year. Austin sat there and busted his ass for 2 years. The Rock was about a year and a half, probably about the same 2 years. It doesn't happen overnight for everybody like it's happened for you. It happened overnight for a guy like Brock Lesnar, and look what happened to him. He split. He took his shit and went home. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen with Reigns. I'm hoping this is very short term. I'm hoping that they maybe need to bust him down a peg and say, hey, just because you're here because we put you here, not because you earned it. It's just he did not earn it at all. And it's just funny to me how the epitome of the guy that Vince is against, or the type of person that Vince is against as far as a locker room goes, is the epitome of the guy he's being pushed. And it's not fair. Which brings me to another point, in that a lot of people are saying that they wish Vince would go ahead and just kick the bucket, because if Triple H were here, he would have WWE would pretty much be NXT with a Raw label on it. And I don't know if that's the case either. I'm hoping it is, but we'll see. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Hit me up on Facebook. You can find my Facebook link, I think, up in my header somewhere. If not, facebook.com/littlejoesdad. You can find me there. On Twitter, @WrestlingTruck, all one word. And WrestleMania is this weekend. I hope everybody has a good time. I hope everybody has fun watching it. I hope it's a good show. But Vince says the problem is millennials, yet we have a millennial getting ready to take the title. It's kind of scary when you think about it, that the guy that Vince is preaching against is the same kind of guy he's pushing. All I can say is this guy's getting a big head way too soon, and I hope it doesn't get so big that it drowns the company. Anyway, I will see you guys down the road. Thank you for watching, if you have watched, and have fun this Sunday. It's the best time of the year, Super Bowl time, only it's WrestleMania. So I'm out. Peace.